Good afternoon from the Central Illinois Weather Network. I'm Larry Eastep. We do have flash flooding beginning to affect portions of east central Iowa, west central Illinois this afternoon. Got a lot of radar images and maps here to show you, so let's start out with a look at these counties that are under warnings this afternoon, courtesy of Interwarn. Get that image to come up here for you hopefully shortly. I'll show you those particular counties that are under a flash flood threat. We'll show you this image here to start out with. This is the area that the flash flood watch is in effect for this afternoon, stretching from just to the east of Quincy, Illinois, down through Columbia, Missouri, just to the northwest of St. Louis. Also included in this flash flood watch for most of the night, actually, as the flash flooding potential is definitely there with some very high dew points and a lot of precipitable moisture available. Let's take a look at Storm Predator here this afternoon. Another addition to our suite of products that we're able to show you, and get a little bit of a regional view. And you can see these storms starting to line up along I-72, between I-72 and actually right up around I-74 in Illinois is going to be the main area of concern this evening. And then over through Iowa, generally the eastern half of Iowa. Let's look at this a little closer with Storm Lab, and we can show you that this mass of storms continues to develop fairly rapidly. In fact, the Hydrological Prediction Center putting out a statement here about training cells, which usually is a problem with flash flooding. Says juicy dew points in the mid-70s and potential for up to 2 inches plus per hour. And some of these storms will create flash flooding in many counties. 2.1 to 2.6 3-hour totals have already been recorded in many areas. Let's look at this with some flash flood 3-hour precipitation data we have here from the National Weather Service radar out of St. Louis. This would be the image that ended right around 4 o'clock this afternoon, and you can see the scale here on the left side of your screen. Some of these areas, according to NextRad Doppler radar, have received in excess of possibly 5 to 6 inches of rain. Generally, around the southern half of Scotland County, northern half of Knox County, Missouri looks like the most intense rain, although Clark, Lewis, Shelby counties all just to the west of Quincy, Illinois. Also looking at some pretty hefty flash flood potential. Some of these numbers could be a little skewed by the hail that they've also been getting with these, but just for comparison's sake, let's look back at the same data from the radar in St. Louis from an hour previous. So this would have been as of 3 o'clock, and look at that number there at the top of your screen. 4.7 inches over 3 hours is what radar was estimating in southern Scotland County. Move ahead an hour. Keep an eye on that top left-hand corner of your screen. Move ahead an hour from 3 o'clock, where they're saying 4.7 inches is that maximum area you're seeing there in the bright yellow and orange. 6.6 inches an hour later. So between 3 and 4 p.m., almost 2 inches of rainfall in that area that you're seeing highlighted with the bright red there. Flash flood reports coming in again from numerous areas. Let's look at also the hail potential here with our vertical interval data and see what we're looking at. We are seeing some, actually some red and white dots there over that same area, so that could be some hail that is reflecting on those totals. But just to the south of Quincy, also some pretty good reflectivity totals coming back there. And look at these dew point numbers down in St. Louis right now. 79-degree dew point, almost 80-degree dew point, 91-degree air temperature. Come up through central Illinois, Jacksonville, 75-degree dew point, Springfield 73. Move up to Galesburg, 79-degree dew point again. A little bit lower dew point levels you get over further west into portions of western Iowa, but definitely over east central Iowa and western Illinois this afternoon, the potential is there for some fairly significant thunderstorm development. You can see that closely here on this radar. In fact, we'll take a few views of this storm a little closer. Let's actually pull out here. We'll give you a little wider view first and show you this whole area that's under flash flood warnings right now. The green outline, severe thunderstorm warning for part of Des Moines, County in Iowa over to Henderson County in Illinois. The warnings and watches continue to fly here. We'll try to go through these quickly for you. Flash flood warning remains in effect till 6:45 for Knox County in Missouri. Local law enforcement reported water of unknown depth over the road at Highway 15, 1 mile north of Edina. Additional water was also reported over Highway 15 just south of Edina. The warning is including Knox City, Edina, and Colony. Also, flash flood warning effect till 7 p.m. for Shelby County, Missouri. As you can see here, local law enforcement reported flooding over the Highway 36 bridge over the North Fork of the Salt River. Again, this in Missouri, and Shelbyville, Missouri would be in the path of this storm. Flash flood warning remains in effect till 9:30 for Scotland, Clark, and South Central Lee. Scotland was that area we were showing you, the southern half of the county that may have had over 5 inches of rainfall. Local law enforcement reported Highway M, as in Mary, 9 miles south of Memphis, closed due to flooding, and Memphis, Luray, and Granger in the path of that particular storm. We are hearing water flowing across Highway 15 on the South Fork of the South Fabius River in Knox County, Missouri. Also hearing reports here from trained weather spotters of thunderstorm wind damage and hail up to nearly 1 inch in diameter over Monroe County, Missouri, and also thunderstorm wind damage over portions of Adams County, Illinois during the past half hour near Camp Point and Ursa. Reports of trees and power lines down. Severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect for this same cell, again for until 5:15 for southern Henderson County in Illinois, Hancock, north central Hancock in Illinois, and in Iowa, southern Des Moines and northeastern Lee. Severe thunderstorm with winds in excess of 60 miles an hour, 7 miles north of Fort Madison is at 4:30 this afternoon, moving east at 28. Burlington will be affected by 4:55, and Carmen and Carthage Lake by 5 p.m. Let's go down a little bit further on this line and show you a couple more closer views of this now, and we'll show you what we're dealing with here. Again, this is looking in at this particular heaviest part of the storm. We're getting a lot of hail icons here. Let me click on something behind the scenes here and see. Yes, Storm Lab is giving us some storm cell data on this. 1.5 inch hail is possible with this. Tops are up to about 45,000 feet. Very high probability of hail with many of these storms, as you can see on the icons that you're seeing, those little blue dots. The more of those you see clustered around a particular area, Storm Lab showing you the returns coming back through the storm data that are telling it that hail is likely with these, and that's that vertical interval data we looked at a little bit ago. Quickly, we'll move down a little bit further along that line. We'll show you again the potential for more hail as you move down just to the east of Quincy on I-72, western Pike County, Illinois. Not under a warning right now, but that looks pretty nasty. And in fact, let's move down a little bit further here with Storm Lab. I don't like that at all in Pike County, Missouri. The northwestern county part of Pike County, Missouri is looking pretty nasty there. That is getting some indications that's kind of growing to the southwest. That tells me it's getting some dry air coming up into it. A little bit of an outflow boundary there, which could be potential for further severe development during the rest of the afternoon. Also, you can't forget St. Louis just to the south of St. Louis right now. Well, maybe 50 miles, not really just to the south, actually going closer to the metropolis area on over towards extreme southern Illinois, western Kentucky. Got a little bit of development there, not severe yet. Have to keep an eye on that later on this afternoon. Storm Predator showing you that as well. In fact, a little bit of development in southern Kentucky, southwestern Kentucky already at this hour. So that's what we're looking at the moment. Again, a pretty impressive system setting up across portions of Iowa and Missouri into western Illinois this afternoon. Flash flooding possible in those areas. Very high dew points in many of those areas means the development and potential is right for not only severe weather but also flash flooding. So that's what it looks like at the moment. A number of counties under flash flood warnings. We'll keep you updated right here from the Central Illinois Fire Network Weather Center. I'm Larry Easton. Stay tuned for the latest weather information.